On a front line shrouded in smoke from battle, new operational footage from SIGNUM drone operators from the 53rd Mechanized Brigade once again demonstrates the unit's signature deadly precision. From high above, drone lenses capture the anxious movements of Russian troops attempting to reposition in tactical buggies, seeking to escape before the incoming wave of attacks. But there is no safe haven in the terrain controlled by Ukrainian aerial surveillance. Within seconds, the first drone strike hits a Russian buggy hurtling along a dirt track, sending the attackers leaping out and scrambling for cover. In the next strike, a second drone locks onto its next target. Among abandoned tanks, two enemy forces realize the threat circling above them. Escape turns into panic as another precision strike shatters their hopes of evading Ukrainian aerial surveillance. Elsewhere, footage shows a group of Russian infantrymen hiding behind a wrecked railway car and a wooded area. They try to remain invisible, but SIGNUM sensors, watching their every move, reveal their hiding places. The barrage of attacks, one after another, left the enemy position crumbling, leaving no room for consolidation. In a series of swift and measured, coordinated attacks, approximately 45 Russian raiding personnel were neutralized, along with numerous pieces of tactical equipment that were destroyed before they could be reused. Through long-range coordination between reconnaissance teams, SIGNUM operators, and ground support units, the waves of attacks were carried out without pause. There was no room for the enemy to regroup or reposition. This operation reaffirmed SIGNUM's reputation as one of the most effective drone units on the front lines. A sharp shadow that is never seen coming, but always leaves a profound impact. In a sector where Ukrainian air dominance is entirely determined by electronic eyes, this attack was one of the most visible demonstrations of Ukraine's technological superiority. How the combination of operator discipline, tactical intelligence, and modern unmanned equipment can penetrate, break, and disable enemy defenses without giving them a chance to retaliate. On the front lines, the footage now circulates as proof that even the strongest defenses can crumble when targeted with precision by the invisible eye and hand from the air. The SIGNUM 53rd Mechanized Brigade. Currently, Ukraine's army continues to inflict massive casualties on Russian forces trying to capture Pokrovsk. Vladimir Putin's army has been trying to capture the eastern city for the past 21 months as it looks to secure a major breakthrough before the winter. The besieged city is known as the Gateway to Donetsk and is a key logistical and transport hub for Ukraine's army on its eastern front. Its fall would be a bitter pill to swallow for Kyiv, which has rushed in special forces to try and shore up its defenses. However, it looks increasingly likely that the Kremlin's army will take its first major city since the fall of Bakhmut. Zelensky's troops continue to exact a very high price for every inch of territory taken. Ukraine's lethal drone units have turned the city's perimeter into a coordinated kill zone. The UAVs are able to detect Russian soldiers hiding under rubble, making no place safe in the besieged city. The specialist drone unit, Birds of Madhya, claims to have killed 8,005 Russian troops in October alone. One video clip shared to social media channels shows the bodies of 39 Russians lying dead in the city's rubble, along with remains of 6 motorcycles and a quad bike. GUR Special Forces added 1,500 Russian casualties in a single month, using fiber optic drones to overcome electronic warfare. In addition, they destroyed 39 artillery systems, 18 air defense assets, 20 tanks, and 532 vehicles. Defense analysts are unceasingly pessimistic about Ukraine's chances of holding the city, even as the Army's Commander-in-Chief, Oleksandr Syrskyi, insists the fight is not over. Researchers for the Institute for the Study of War say it is simply a matter of time until the inevitable happens. Meanwhile, they note that Russian forces are struggling to focus on a single decisive objective in the Pokrovsk direction. Instead, is simultaneously attempting to close the encirclement of the wider Pokrovsk-Mirnohrad pocket while also attacking within both towns. At the same time, pilots of Ukraine's SIGNUM unit continue to undermine Russian forces on the Lyman axis, delivering another series of precise strikes against enemy assets. In their latest operation, the unit successfully destroyed Russia's rare Type 63 multiple-launch rocket system SPG-9 Sapog/Kopyo recoilless gun and an entire set of light vehicles belonging to the occupying troops. The unit published video footage documenting the strikes, confirming that the primary target of the mission was Chinese-made Type 63 MLRS. Russian forces used this system to shell Ukrainian positions with cluster and fragmentation munitions, relying on its ability to saturate wide areas with fire. Despite its age, the system remains a dangerous tool in Russia's arsenal, especially when operating from concealed locations. According to the SIGNUM operators, the launcher was eliminated moments after firing. The precision strike not only neutralized the launcher, but also destroyed its nearby ammunition stockpile, which erupted into flames upon impact. This MLRS works across broad areas, but this time the area it fired from simply vanished from the map, the unit reported. Alongside the Type 63 system, Ukrainian pilots also targeted and destroyed Russian SPG-9 Sapog/Kopyo recoilless gun. This piece of infantry support weaponry is commonly used by Russian forces to engage armored vehicles, fortifications, and firing points. Its loss further reduces the enemy's ability to provide direct fire support on this part of the front. Once the heavy weapons were dealt with, the operators shifted focus to the enemy's mobility assets. In a follow-up strike, they dismantled a motor park. The attack resulted in the destruction of a quad bike and 6 motorcycles, vehicles frequently used by Russian troops for rapid movement, logistics, and drone team mobility. As Defense Express previously reported, fighters of Ukraine's 63rd Separate Mechanized Brigade have destroyed Russian ground robotic system that was transporting ammunition to frontline positions. The brigade published footage of the strike on its official channel, showing the moment the robotic platform was detected and blown up. Overall, the armed struggle continues, HUR said in its statement, praising the unit's effectiveness. Last month, media reported that the Ghosts unit had carried out a series of attacks on Russian air defense systems in the Donbas region over the previous 2 weeks, destroying multiple high-value pieces of equipment and inflicting casualties. The statement, released by HUR, said the unit systematically targeted Russian air defense emplacements, and in the most recent operations struck 2 48 YA-6K1 Podlet radar units and a 9A-82 launcher belonging to an S-300